Total Pro Sports presents the 10 greatest Colorado sports moments. The state of Colorado is known for its beautiful nature. No other state in the United States is better for enjoying outdoor sports like skiing, snowboarding, or hiking in the mountains. Aspen is a dream vacation place for millions of people. But what many forget is how great the state has been when it comes to sports. The Denver Nuggets and Colorado Rockies haven't won championships, but they provided great moments. The Colorado Avalanche and Denver Broncos have been some of the most exciting teams to watch over the last 2 decades. Love them or hate them, Colorado sports teams have provided some wonderful entertainment. Here are the 10 greatest moments in the state's sporting history. Number 10, Tim Tebow beats the Steelers. The 2011 Denver Broncos were a roller coaster of a ride. After appearing destined for a last-place finish in the NFL, the team made Tim Tebow their starting quarterback, and he had led them on a second-half surge to capture the AFC West Division. The ride appeared as though it had hit a dead end. They had to face the defending AFC champion Pittsburgh Steelers, who were a much better team and had the NFL's top defense by far that season. Tebow exposed them with a 300-yard passing game and threw an 80-yard touchdown to Demaryius Thomas in overtime to walk off the Steelers. Number 9, Rockies run to the World Series. 2007 appeared to be yet another disappointing season in the books for Colorado's MLB team. After posting a 76-72 record with just weeks remaining, the Rockies went 14-1 in their final 15 regular season games to host the San Diego Padres for a wild-card tiebreaker game. The Rockies won a thriller before sweeping the Philadelphia Phillies and Arizona Diamondbacks to reach the World Series. Sadly, the momentum ended after a week off, and the Boston Red Sox swept them with ease in the World Series. Number 8, The Drive. Legendary Denver Broncos quarterback John Elway provided plenty of great moments for the team, but the moment that proved he was truly an icon came in the AFC Championship game against the Cleveland Browns on January 11, 1987. On the road against the Browns crowd, Elway embarked on a drive for the ages, going 98 yards on 15 plays, leading the Broncos to a game-tying touchdown to force overtime. Denver would win the game in the extra frame, but would lose the Super Bowl. But Elway would only get better from this moment. Number 7, Peyton Manning signs with Broncos. After Tebow's magical 2011 season with the Broncos, the team's front office was wise in knowing he was a one-year wonder, not a guy who would be able to lead them to a championship. It just so happened that Sheriff Manning was a free agent after parting ways with the Indianapolis Colts. Though at least a dozen teams had interest in signing him, he chose to sign with the Broncos on a 5-year deal, $96 million contract. In his 4 years with Denver, they won 4 division titles, 2 AFC championships, 1 Super Bowl, broke numerous records, and were the class of the AFC. Manning helped them win Super Bowl 50, breaking a 17-year championship drought. Number 6, trading for John Elway. Some moments that are to appear on this list would not have been possible if Elway did not demand a trade that didn't land him in the Mile High City. The Baltimore Colts took him with the top pick in the 1983 draft, but he instantly demanded a trade, making it clear he had no desire to play for the franchise. As such, he was traded for Chris Hinton, Mark Herman, and a 1984 first-round pick. It became one of the most one-sided trades in NFL history as Elway led the Broncos to greatness, making them one of the biggest powerhouses in the AFC. Number 5, Avalanche win first Stanley Cup. The Quebec Nordiques fans were obviously crushed when their team moved to Colorado, but it was even worse when they saw their old team dominate right away. Joe Sakic, Peter Forsberg, Patrick Waugh, Uwe Krupp, Valeri Kaminsky, and Claude Lemieux guided the Avs to their first Stanley Cup in 1996. They swept the Florida Panthers and along the way took down the powerhouse Detroit Red Wings, who came within a point of tying the record for the best regular season ever. Number 4, Super Bowl 50 victory. The 2015 Broncos were a rather interesting case. After being completely carried by the dominant effort of Peyton Manning's arm and high-flying offense, the quarterback situation was all around messy. Peyton Manning got benched after putrid play in favor of Brock Osweiler, who would later be benched in Week 17. But their ferocious defense, carried by Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Chris Harris, Aqib Talib, and Bradley Roby, carried them to the Super Bowl. There, the defense completely dominated MVP Cam Newton and his 15-1 Carolina Panthers, beating them 24-10 to give the team its 3rd Super Bowl. Peyton Manning would retire on top after winning his 2nd title. Number 3, John Elway goes out on top in Super Bowl 33. The Denver Broncos were looking to defend their Super Bowl championship and had to face off the dangerous Atlanta Falcons, who were coming off of a huge upset of the Minnesota Vikings, who at the time had the league's best offense ever. The Broncos made the game look fairly easy. They won 34-19 as Elway tossed 336 yards and a touchdown. Elway won the Super Bowl MVP and retired as a man who won back-to-back championships. Number 2, Ray Bourque finally gets his cup. Legendary NFL defenseman Ray Bourque did everything in Boston except win a Stanley Cup. The NHL's all-time scoring leader at the position wanted to complete his resume with a championship, so he finished his career with the Colorado Avalanche in 2001. They faced off against the defending champion New Jersey Devils, anchored by future Hall of Fame netminder Martin Brodeur. Bourque was planning to retire at the end of the finals, and with his team trailing 3-2, he needed his teammates most. They rallied back and won Game 7 at home 3-1. In an iconic moment, Captain Joe Sakic passed the cup right over to Bourque, who hoisted it for the first and only time. He would retire a champion, and the Avs won their second cup. And number 1, this one's for John. After losing his first 3 Super Bowl appearances, 37-year-old John Elway knew he was running out of chances. In Super Bowl 32, his Broncos faced Brett Favre's Green Bay Packers, who happened to be the defending Super Bowl champions. Elway's helicopter spin became an iconic piece of NFL history, showing how bad he wanted it. His Broncos won a thriller 31-24. Elway and the Broncos finally brought Denver its first Super Bowl, and the future Hall of Fame quarterback finally received the missing piece of an otherwise perfect career. What city's top moments do you want us to count down next? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, then please click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's a good time to do so. We upload 7 videos a week. As always, we thank you so much for watching.